Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, it doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is the Star card. This is a marvelous way to begin a reading. This is really some divine blessings. I think that this is a lot of spiritual light coming into your life. I think this is the realization of something. You've been kind of You've been asking for something, right? You've been opening yourself up to receive the spiritual light, and here it is, it's coming. Yeah, and this might have to do with finding a direction in your life, finding a purpose, finding kind of like what to do next, or just finding a little bit of reassurance, a little bit of confirmation, a little bit of hope to move forward with. Okay, so we're going to put this into some context. The Star card is as are all the tarot cards, this is a very complex card. Oh, you got the Wheel of Fortune too? Come on now. These are blessings now in a real way. This is just something that once it gets started, once you start that line of communication with the divine energy, there is no stopping it. This is some very strong Jupiter energy. And Jupiter is that energy of prosperity, of ascension, of success, of achievement, of expansion. Right? This may start as a little trickle of divine energy, of blessings, miracles, but now it's growing bigger and bigger. We're opening the floodgates of spiritual energy with this. And the Chariot. Yeah, the Chariot really is the Holy Grail. This is your vessel. This is your container. Okay? This is you trying to get enough buckets to catch all of this spiritual energy coming down. And you've got the Lover's card. Interesting. You recently made a commitment or a promise, or you took an oath, or you made some sort of a resolution to open yourself up to receive. You kind of, there was a moment in your life where you just said, Spirit, I'm ready. Show me the way. Show me what I've got to do. Show me the path forward. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm open. Right? And Spirit said, okay. And it started coming in. And it's going to come in slowly, and then faster and faster and faster, where you're just trying to keep up with it. There's so much spiritual light coming into your life right now. It really is, it's pretty stunning here to see. And there's more of it. And the 3. I was worried that we would have all major arcana, right? Thankfully, we have a little bit of earth energy here moving us forward. So there is a way for you to take all of this spiritual energy, and then we're not just kind of here paralyzed by all of these miracles and all of this blessing and all of this divine energy and divine light, but you're able to actually put it into practical use and move forward in your life with it. This is you putting it into a productive outlet, right? Finding a way to utilize it. That is very nice. And that earth energy is transitioning us over here to this devil energy, to the Hierophant energy. The 7 of Wands. This is the card of the obstacles. It's in the position of the obstacles, right? The only obstacle is, the obstacle. It's just, and there's more. Man, look at that. I'm in disbelief. I'm kind of stupefied here. We've got all major arcana cards, except for a little bit of fire, a little bit of earth, right? And that's what it's all about, fire and earth, that divine inspiration, that energy from heaven, the idea, right? The creativity, the will, the impulse, and then the earth, the behavior, the outcome, the implementation of something, the manifestation of it, heaven to earth. That is the direct spiritual circuitry, the connection, fire to earth. And that's what you've got here, fire to earth, fire to earth. And everything else is major arcana energy. So we could really spend hours talking about all of these major arcana energies. Each one of these cards is a very complex spiritual truth. Okay, we'll try to kind of narrow it down to what feels like the right kind of pathway. But I do feel like you've made that recent decision where you just kind of said, enough is enough. Spirit, it's up to you now. Show me the way. Right? It's almost a surrendering, but it's almost it's a commitment. It's not so much you see, it's not a hanged man. Right? It's not a complete surrendering of ourselves to the flow of change, to that spiritual energy, but it is it's a commitment that we're taking to our own spirit. It's a commitment that we've made to say, okay, now I'm ready, I'm here, I'm open, show me the way, and I will manifest that way. So it's something that we have to be an equal partner here, and that's the Lover's card. Now, this could be a romantic thing for some of you. We could be talking about a recent romantic relationship that you had just begun. You just maybe started a romantic thing, and right now we're still in that very blissful honeymoon phase of things, right? Where we're learning so much about the other person. We feel just really blissed out. We feel very hopeful about the future. We feel like we're really building a family, that we're going places. Maybe there is talk of like living together and future plans, moving in and maybe a family, all this kind of stuff. We're really in this really blissful but still potential phase. Then the Three of Pentacles comes in and says, this is actually stuff that you're starting to do. Like we're not just fantasizing, we're not just talking and kind of daydreaming about these things, making empty promises. No, with the Three of Pentacles, this is something that can very well happen. Okay. For some of you, I think this is a brand new romantic relationship. It could be with a Taurus person. We're getting Taurus vibes in the Hierophant position of the environment. The Hierophant in the environment. I like the way that sounds. But moreover, I think this card is over here because we are learning to see the signs and symbols. We're learning to take cues from the environment. We learn that spirit communicates through us through nature, through the natural world, through the physical senses, through things that are happening around us, situations that we're in, interactions that we have, things that we witness, things that we see, hear, things that we do. Yeah, the Hierophant is all around us all the time. It is the natural, manifested physical world, right? That is the vehicle by which the spiritual communication enters our psyche through this, through the physical world. And so the Hierophant in the environment is us learning to learn. Really, right? Learning to understand the messages that are coming in, learning where to even look for guidance, in the world around us, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean a particular person. It could be that some of you have a particular mentor or a teacher or something that is very important to you that can help you kind of navigate and help you sort out some of the messages coming in from Spirit. Right, and it could be anyone really. It could be a family member who's kind of older and wiser, has this mentor kind of energy. It could be a teacher or professor at a school or university. It could be your spiritual teacher, a priest, a pastor, anybody that you might take some spiritual guidance from. It's also really it is your higher self, and sometimes we need to be pointed in the right direction, so that we know where to look to receive those messages and to interpret them, and a little bit of guidance never hurt anybody. Okay, but we don't want to rely on that guidance. See, we're trying to get all the way up here to this Eon card. This is really a portal to the future. This is a new era for you. This is going through this. It's like you're jumping timelines. It's like you're transcending to a higher dimension, a higher plane here, and it kind of, in a very, very literal way, this is the doorway to the future. And if this is a romantic thing, you started this relationship. There's all this potential. We're doing the work to to realize the potential, to actualize all of this spiritual energy. And then over here, we're making progress. We are consulting with others. Could be that older family member, right? Somebody else that kind of can guide us in these things. We're realizing that there will be obstacles, that there will be this kind of final test to show your devotion, and then you're going through this doorway, and that is your future. For this, I think it really talks about the spiritual side of a wedding, a marriage, of a coming together of two people in this kind of, in an everlasting way, right? This soulmate kind of thing. For some of you, now you can put your pitchforks away. It doesn't have to be romantic, okay? This doesn't have to be that new relationship. No, it's not going to be for all of you. But for some of you, I think it is. But I think this is definitely a surge of creative, divine, spiritual energy into your life. Now, let's select the mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set it down over here. We'll put our very own Kelly Kapoor right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you have a hunch about that card, I want you to put it down in the comments. I feel like you're going to get it right. We've got this High Priestess up here at the top, and this is a real receptivity. This is really like using your intuition. And I think that this surge of energy, whatever this kind of new state, this new vibration is, I think you have a real... you're really tuned into the frequency here, and you're being guided by Spirit. I think you've probably been having a lot of very vivid dreams lately, maybe even your first lucid dream, or the first one in a long time. It's kind of is what Spirit's telling me. I feel like something has been reversed. I feel like circumstances are suddenly a lot different. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it may be that you've been feeling kind of at the bottom of the wheel, where the rubber meets the road. And we're kind of down there in that uncomfortable spot. Something is telling me that situation is reversed, that the wheel has turned around. Now suddenly you find yourself on top of things, So maybe in a very literal way, something has completely done a 180. Maybe something wasn't working out so well. There was trouble at work. Financial stuff or maybe health-related things. Suddenly, it's the exact opposite. Everything is growing. Everything is expansive. It's like we think that our plants are dying. They're not doing so well. And then kind of the next day we go outside and everything's full of life and vibrant and producing fruit. Everything's really thriving. So something's telling me that there is that kind of a reversal going on in your life right now. Okay. I feel like you're ready for a lot of changes. You're ready to make that kind of commitment. I feel like your bags are kind of packed and you're saying, I'm ready for what Spirit has next for me. I'm already kind of, I'm an empty vessel. I'm ready to be filled with the Spirit, filled with this divine energy, filled with purpose, filled with power, filled with energy and creativity, right? All those essentials that we need to pack our car with. And we're ready to go, ready to do it. Some of you, I think, have lost a loved one recently. I feel like someone was married before, and you lost that person. That there was that you're a widow or a widower, right? Some of you are. I'm feeling an A name, or it's an AY name for that person, or something is associated with that person. But I think you lost that person, and maybe since that time, it's really been, again, the rubber in between the rubber and the road. I think those feelings are reversing themselves. We now see opportunity where before we only saw difficulty. Okay? And I think you're really, there is this surge of spiritual energy. The star is shining brightly in your life. There is a renewed sense of purpose, a renewed sense of destiny. And maybe this also is kind of talking about a transition from one phase of life to the other. Maybe some of you are retiring. Maybe some of you are leaving the wonderful, era of university, and going out into the workforce or going into your career or your chosen field. And there is this kind of There has to be a renewal of purpose, and if we are entering retirement, or if we did kind of experience that loss of a loved one, it's kind of now, we've got to find our identity again. Yeah. And with the Three of Pentacles, it's very much is about identity. The threes are always about the identity, the potential of manifesting who we are, what we identify as or with, And so with the Three of Pentacles, I feel that you are really looking for ways that you can now manifest this identity, right? I feel like we know who we are, or we are continually discovering more and more about who we are, and we're finding ways to really make it a reality. Now, whether this is that new job, new relationship, the new sense of purpose or destiny in your life, we're finding ways to really make it a reality. Okay, whatever this Lover's card is for you, for some of you, it is going to be the start of that new romantic relationship, whatever it is. It is like you got shot with Cupid's arrow, and it's something that is just absolutely inspiring, that just kind of hits you. Yeah. And to me, it feels like it is really, it's because we've had that moment where we just said, Spirit, show me the way. Spirit, strike me down and show me what I'm supposed to do. And Spirit did. And you felt it. It's an impact. I feel that impact. And there's no denying that. That's a visceral certainty. That is something that is not just, did I feel something there? No, this is like, there's no doubt about it. All right, it hit you. And so we're ready to start manifesting and putting all of this energy into the physical building of something. And got so much major arcana card, so much energy here, so much complexity with all of this spiritual feeling. But let's remember that all of these major arcana energies are one and the same energies. Okay, this is all one spirit, just different facets, different faces of spirit that we can look at to kind of feel what's going on in a more specific way. But it's all one energy, and it really does come down to overcoming our trials, right? Overcoming ourselves. This is the fear of the obstacle. This is the fear of fear, really. This is the obstacle. It's just the obstacle. Okay. This is us having to overcome something in order to manifest this. And this, in some ways, the Seven of Wands is about us accepting our destiny, accepting our identity as it is. Accepting the reality of ourselves. This is who I am. This is what I'm all about. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. This is what it feels right for me to manifest and to put all of my energy and effort into, despite the challenges. And this is like a card that says, even when you experience some speed bumps, some obstacles, some roadblocks even, you don't give up. You don't take one kind of bad day or one speed bump and think, oh, it wasn't meant for me. This is not who I am. It must mean that I'm not meant to drive down this road. Speed bumps are just there for a reason. Sometimes speed bumps are there to remind you that, hey, you got to slow down a little bit. We start cruising on the freeway too fast. We set the cruise control. We got the wind in our hair. The music's going. And then we don't really pay attention. We're just grooving and vibing, right? And then something's going to catch us off guard and really set us back. So the little speed bumps are important because it's just like, whoa, okay, I better turn the radio down and hold the wheel a little bit tighter and start paying attention before you hit that really big speed bump. That's going to kind of wreck the car. And we don't want to wreck the car. So I feel like we've got to get used to these little minor incidents that feel annoying, yeah, but they're opportunities for us to come to a more centered awareness. You ever, you drive a car, right? Sometimes you'll have exactly that experience. The music will be up, you'll just be vibing, you'll be chilling, and something will happen. You'll hear something, you'll hit a little bump in the road, just like a rock or a piece of dirt or something, and suddenly your whole body is on fire with that adrenaline. And you're sweating, you're clammy, and you're just like, holy moly. Like, it really brings you right back to consciousness, you know? It brings you to this very acute self-awareness, and it's one of the marvels of the human body and the autonomic nervous system, that we have that kind of instant response to something where suddenly your body's just on fire with this adrenaline, and you're just like ready for whatever that was. Well, it was just a little clod of dirt in the road or something, right? It was nothing. But those little things happen, and then you realize that I've got to pay attention, because what if that was a big one? What if that was a huge pothole? What if that was a huge rock in the road or something, you know, that really would have done some damage? So we appreciate those little bumps in the road that bring us back to that acute awareness, get our adrenaline going, or whatever, I don't know, whatever that is. And brings us to that heightened level of awareness and consciousness. Yeah, that's the Seven of Wands. And this is really, this is the way that you get to this. This is whatever your destination is. This is the other side of this rainbow. This is through the portal. This is jumping timelines. This is teleporting to a higher plane, a different dimension. It really is a big, big change for you. Okay, this is you living the rest of your life, and I love this card, and the Eon card at the very end. This is all the driving that we're doing, and this is where we're going right through here into that new era for your life. It's really fantastic. The Devil energy down here. This is it's your general energy, and this is the motivation. This is the endurance that we feel when we know that we are following our will, we're following our destiny, that we're kind of we're partners with Spirit here, right? This is an equal partnership in the process of creation. And the Three of Pentacles, too. This is you understanding the process of creation on the physical plane. You know that it requires a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of endurance, a lot of stamina on your part. If you're going to be equal partners with Spirit, you've got a lot of work to do, right? And so we've got this goat, we've got this confidence, really, that we can climb this mountain, that we can do this thing. You're being blessed with all of this energy, all of this opportunity. You have everything that you need right now to accomplish your goals, to discover your purpose, and to manifest it, to fulfill that purpose. And what more could we ask for in life, you know? It really truly is the best. The Devil card is sometimes a card that suggests that we're doing something alone. There's a bit of a solitude with the goat energy. We have the endurance, we have the creativity, we have the power and the stamina to climb this mountain, but are we doing it alone? Well, I think that's something that some of us are, yes, some of us are doing it alone. And if we got out of this situation, or we lost someone here, and you find that you are alone, that you're kind of you're driving this car all by yourself now, that might be where you feel comfortable. You might not want to change that. Some of you, on the other hand, may be starting a new relationship with someone else with this lover's energy. And if that's the case, then we're making room in our lives with these two. We're making room in our lives for our co-pilot, right? For our partner. So you got to kind of scooch over. You've got to consolidate some of your own stuff to make room for their stuff. And that's difficult for you to do right now. But you're doing it. You're working on it. It's a challenge. The goat doesn't like sharing. But you'll adjust. You'll make do. And with the Hierophant, it really is essential that you consult with someone else in your life, a third party, whether this be a counselor, a therapist, a pastor, priest, any kind of a religious person, or a spiritual mentor, a teacher, a business mentor, whatever it is. It could be just your own higher self, right? Or ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides. anything like that. It's important that you have somebody to talk to about all of this process, and somebody that understands what all of this is, right? Somebody that knows what you're talking about. Not just somebody to listen and take notes and shake their head, oh, yeah, I see. No, somebody that really feels you. Somebody that really vibes with you, knows what you're talking about. Maybe it's the same as this new lover, this new relationship person, right? For some of you. That could be someone that you can really talk to. Yeah. Someone that you can really talk to. This is some fantastic energy. I want to look at the mystery card. I feel like you have no idea how blessed you are. Well, I think maybe you do have an idea. For the mystery card here, I'd like to see some water energy. I want to see some cups. 6 of cups, 9 or 10 of cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's take a look. An 8 of swords. Why in the world would we have an 8 of swords right now? Why? Maybe it's because maybe you don't have, maybe that's true. Maybe you don't have an idea of how blessed you are. Maybe we feel that there is still no way out of this situation that we're in. Because again, I feel that there's a reversal. Remember, I said there's this reversal of things. Maybe you don't feel like that's possible. Maybe you feel like there's no way out of this situation. Well, Spirit's telling you something else. Okay? The only thing that's limiting you from taking advantage of all of this is that state of mind that says there's no way out. Or I don't know the solution. I can't figure out the solution. The solution is all around you. The spiritual energy is all around you. And maybe it is a matter of just opening ourselves up and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to accept that divine light. Ready to accept help. Generally speaking, maybe in a very real way, being willing to accept, being ready to accept help. Rather than feeling like there's no way out of this current predicament. There is, and it's all around you, and things are turning around. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading, Pisces. If you want to stick around, there's a link up here. There's one down below. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday. I'm here every single day. You can come see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Also, if you want, check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings. Her channel is Ula Tea Leaf Readings. That's ULA Tea Leaf Readings. Marvelous work. I want you to know, Pisces, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.